Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy, and it has been a hot minute since I have even been in my studio, much less made a video. And I came in here and it had been weeks since I had actually been in my studio because of travel or because of this or that or the other thing. And so I just wanted to do something. And so I looked on my project cart that's over in the corner. My studio is covered with projects, so I had to focus on one little area. And I grabbed this box because I knew I had things put together in it to make a small journal. And here it is. It's Longfellow's Tales of a Wayside Inn, and it's just a little book. I got it for $2. But I was working on the pages, and I had a couple of pages that were blank on the back, and I needed to do something with them. And I also remembered that during one of the days that I was not in the studio and was cleaning out the garage because my husband built me a potting garden bench, and I'm going to put a picture of it in right here because he did a really good job and he just built it like in a few hours, and it's perfect. But while I was going through those things, I found this plastic mat that I had gotten, and it wasn't what I thought it was because I thought I could use it for dyeing my papers, but it's solid. And that doesn't work as well, at least for what I prefer. And so I just put it to the side. And then for some reason, when I pulled out these two papers to use in that journal, and these are from Dear Julie, I feel like I'm talking really fast, so if you need to slow me down, go ahead. They were white on the back, and I really don't like plain white pages, and for some reason this popped into my head, and I thought, I wonder. And then I spent about a half an hour looking for my crayons and never did find my regular crayons, but I did find my, let's see, these are Caran d'Ache. I don't know, it says Geneve or Geneve. Let's see, where is this? This is from France. They're made from France. Oh, it's Neocolor Aquarelle. Okay, anyway. It's as close as I could get to a regular crayon, I think. And I thought, you know, when you were in elementary school art classes, at least when they still had art classes when I was in school, we would rub over things. What's that called? It's called rubbings. It's called rubbings. Why couldn't I come up with that? And I thought, you know, maybe that'll work on here. And like I said, I wanted a plain crayon because I thought I would just be able to lightly go over it. And couldn't find it. So I've got these, and it does work for that. The imprint comes out very, very well. But then I thought, you know what? These are watercolor crayons, and I feel like I should probably at least try some kind of a watercolor effect on it, right? So I got my little spray bottle out and a fan brush. This is actually a makeup brush, but they work really good for my stuff, and I like the pretty handles. And so I sprayed it lightly the first time. And I used my brush because at first I wasn't going to use the brush. I was just going to lighten it up and let it like drip, but it really wasn't dripping. I didn't put enough water on it maybe. And I started to do this, which I think is pretty. And it kind of gives you some lines if you wanted lines for writing. But then I went in again and spritzed it again. And that even softened this part over here even more. You can still see the rubbing. but it also kind of gives it more of an aged effect. Oh, I didn't want that much water. Oh well, we'll see what happens. There we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. But I think it's really pretty. Now, if you're going to do this, you need to make sure that if you have a digital printed on the back, that you don't mind if it grunges itself up, because it will make your inkjet printed digitals bleed some. And that's the first one that I did, and I think this one actually turned out even better than this one. I still like this one though, and I'm going to use it. So that was just real quick one of the things that I came up with for using this placemat. I'm going to try to come up with some more ideas because I hate to waste things. I don't like to throw things away if I don't have to. I will purge things and give them to somebody else who can use them, which I've actually done quite a bit of in the past few weeks that I haven't been traveling. And I reduce, reuse, recycle, repurpose is kind of my mantra. My husband laughs. He is also trained to not really throw anything away until he asks me if I want it or need it. But I just wanted to be able to use that mat. I wanted to do something different with this particular page because, like I said, I didn't want the white. And I think that turns out pretty nifty. What do you think? Let me know if you try it. There's that side. It's not dry. And you can see how it's wetting. The wetting of the ink is making it run a little bit back here, which actually goes pretty well. Oh, well, okay. And then you get a little bit of an extra thing if you don't watch what you're doing. So I'm just going to pick up that ink over there. And there's a little extra effect because I turned it over without letting it dry. But I kind of like that. Well, happy mistakes. Happy mistakes, happy accidents. There's a long word for that, serendipity, when something happens and it turns out well, even though you didn't plan it that way. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you try it and if you have any other ideas for using this plastic placemat. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, be kind. Bye.